Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Fred Fan TV. My name is Fan
My name is Fred.
and I'm from Philippines, but currently I live in USA. And my husband is from US. So baby, what you gonna talk about it?
Well, today we just want to talk about what it means to choose a Filipino wife. And we just want to be transparent. This might be a little bit raw for some people, but I'm finna tell you how it is. Um, in 2017, a friend of mine just would say, "Hey, man, let's go to the Philippines." And I told him, man, one year I'll go to the Philippines with you. So in 2017, that year came. I went to the Philippines just to hang out and visit and see how the culture was and see the women. And so when I went there, I fell in love with the culture. And not to mention, the women were very beautiful. I'm a short man, I'm only 5'7", and all the women there were like 4'11", 5 foot. So that made me feel a little tall. So obviously, I was attracted to that already. And so, anyway, I had a great time. I think we were there 2 weeks in the Philippines just hanging out and enjoying things and enjoying the culture. And so when I got back, I got on a dating site called Dating. I don't want to give them no response, but on a dating site, and I met my wife. I guess I was on the site about 2 months. I chatted with some other girls, but it seemed to not be going anywhere. And so when me and her started chatting, we hit it off right off. I mean, it was nonstop every day, talking to each other on the phone for hours, and so um, I finally found that right one that I had been looking for in the dating site, and so I just want to explain to y'all what I had to go through since then. After I met her, I went and picked her up, and she was in another country, and I picked her up there, and we flew into Dubai, stayed a little bit, and then we flew into the Philippines, and I stayed there uh, maybe a month, and no, just a couple of weeks. I'm sorry, and meeting her family and everybody, and we had a great time, and so I was in love with my wife before I went to the Philippines because we both agreed that in 3 days I knew that this was my wife. I got divorced from my first wife after 20 years and '02, and I went 17 years dating this girl, that girl, and trying to find me a wife, and I didn't have any luck. And so uh, I met her in 2017, and I think she was the answer to my prayers that I had been praying for, and we've been together ever since. Every day haven't been a great day. There's been some times we had to go through some hurdles. Um, for instance, uh, she had to get her annulment from her first husband. She had been married before, and so I had to file for an annulment. And in the Philippines, it's very rare to get an annulment granted because it's a Catholic country where they really don't hardly permit that at all.
Mm-hmm.
People been trying to file for annulments for years and still hadn't got them.
Mm-hmm. I've
And
been separated for 10 years before I file my annulment too. So that's what we going through in the Philippines a little bit longer. So that's what my husband doing because he really committed in our relationship, and then I quit my job and follow my heart because I committed on him too. So that's what happened. We have a lot of stuff to do before I coming here in US.
yeah, and so I would come. to the Philippines every 3 months for 3.5 years. I was coming there. I got us an apartment there, and uh, we I would go every 3 months. I would come back home, work, save up some
Mm-hmm.
money, go back. But the deal is, I had taken her from her job, and she was the breadwinner of her family,
Mm-hmm.
and so that means that I became the new breadwinner. She was at home and no money coming in, and the Philippines, where she's from, all over the Philippines, people are poor. People need money, and so she got no
Mostly, not
job.
all of them, but mostly.
Yeah, mostly,
Mm-hmm.
they poor people and they need help. So I saw the situation when I went to the Philippines and saw how my wife was living and how she had been living all her life. And I knew that there was a need. So obviously, me loving her, the Bible says where your treasure is, your heart will be there also.
Mm-hmm.
And that's true because I saw the situation, so I stepped up as being a real man, and that's what I think of myself. I'm a real man. That I I sent money every 2 weeks to take care of everything, and it was rough sometimes. Um, but I took care of it. And my wife is here now. We live in great. God has been really good and blessing us, and so now we're here on the YouTube. We're doing some blogging and different stuff. And this is all my wife's idea, so I'm just going along with her.
And
So,
then my husband, they have something like he shares some experience being he really committed about the woman. So he just sharing about all or encouraging some man that really interested to marry a Filipino woman. So baby, what you can say about it to a man, the foreign man that wanna really willing to marry the Asian woman, or what do you wanna learn about the cultures from the family, not only the family but the cultures that she been through. So what you gonna share to the foreign man that really looking forward for the Asian man,
well,
I Asian woman, I'm sorry.
okay, okay. Well, one of the things he can be looking for is they're very serious women. When you commit to them, they are serious. They take commitment serious. Here in the United States, the women don't take commitment serious as the Filipino women do, because once you say, "Hey, you my woman," you must start to show that, because that's what they're looking for. This is a show and tell country, is the Philippines. They got a saying in the streets: "No money, no honey." So, and that's real. And so, um, if a man, my advice is, if a man really want a Filipino wife
Mhm.
and bring him back to the States, he got to be serious. Because if he's not serious, it's never going to happen. Because one thing, he's going to be inconsistent of his responsibility in the Philippines,
Mhm.
because his heart is not there. And he's not going to take care of the woman like she need to be taken care of. And the woman is going to see that. um, One thing that I learned about the Filipino women: never tell them you're gonna do something and don't do it, because they like elephants. They don't forget nothing. So you have to. You tell them you're gonna do something, you better do it, because they never gonna let you live it down.
Yeah, my husband telling right, if you say something, you have to fulfill your promise, is because we're really expecting that. And being a Filipino, I I'm like that. I'm the one of it. But baby, just tell me about that. How about that American men also having a Filipino woman over there? They're sending the money as they can, and then some girls ain't serious about the relationship, because I know I've been heard about that. That some
Oh yeah.
foreigner too, that they're really having, they're really committed, buy a house of them, the man really spending his last money for the girl that
Yeah,
they
yeah,
really dedicated to love, but this girl is not serious also.
yeah,
So we transparent here, we talk transparent, we just let you uh
yeah. Let me tell you about
mm-hmm,
that, fellas.
mm-hmm,
You have to really check the female out, the woman
mm-hmm,
out, because it's a lot of gankers over there. When I
mm-hmm,
say gankers, they out there just for the money. They
mm-hmm,
heart ain't really with you. I just got blessed to have a wife that her heart was really with me,
mm-hmm.
and that there was true love that we really committed. And listen, when I say love, see, I'm a real man, and I've searched what love is. Love is not something you just feel all googly. Love is a commitment word.
Serious.
Love, God said that He so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son. And I am a Christian man, and I believe in that all the way. But if you're gonna have a Filipino woman, you got to be in it all the way and willing to sacrifice for that woman. But let me tell you this other flip side: there's women that is just there for the money. They not really serious, because one of the reasons is, you say, well, why wouldn't they be serious? Don't they want to come here and live the good life? Yeah, but the Philippines is just like the United States in some ways. You're gonna have some good ones and you're gonna have some bad ones.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's the only key right there. You got to just be prayerful, because you really don't know if one good or not. You just gotta experience it. You can't look at them and tell, because they all look the same.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't. You just gonna have to um, roll the dice. Because it's a gamble. And
Mm-hmm.
because before I met her, I had chatted with two other girls, and actually I was about to quit the dating site, because I found out that they were just only in it for the money, and they didn't get me for a lot of money. They did get me for a little money. One girl that I was dating, to give you an example, uh, I liked her, and she seemed to like me, and everything was going great. And then she came up, oh, she was sick, and she needed to go to the doctor, and she needed me to send her some money, because she living in boarding house, and she don't have money. She had a job, but she didn't have enough money to pay her rent, and she's sending her family the money, and so she needs some help to go to the doctor. So I say, oh, no problem. How much you need? And I think I sent her like $60, and
Only 60.
$60 is like 120 pay. That's a
No, $60 is
is
not coming $100. Just only like
that's
2,000, because $50 2,500 peso.
yeah. So
So it's
it's
like
it's
3,000.
60,000.
No,
It's 6,000 peso.
if you send her $60,
60.
baby, is 2,000 something 800 peso.
No, it's three
Because you
thousand peso, because it's peso. It's 50 peso to $1 mostly.
we
So
put that 50.
so if it's $20, $20 is 1,000 peso. So we talking about 60 though. So it was 3,000 peso I sent
Yeah,
her.
it's at
That's what it
3,000.
is. 3,000 peso.
Yeah,
And so
$60.
after I sent her the money, I didn't hear from her for a few days. She like disappeared, wasn't online, and I left messages, nothing back. So she did get back with me a few days later, and I was started talking about I wanted to come there and visit her, and she was like, okay, and I said, well, we could get a hotel when I get there. You don't have to stay in your boarding house. Well, she didn't like that idea. Well, no, I can come to the hotel where you are, and then I go back to my boarding house. Well, I didn't like that, because I thought that if you didn't want to stay in a nice hotel with me, and you want to stay in your boarding house, there was a reason for it.
Yeah, maybe
Come to
she have a
find out,
live-in partner with
come to
that
find out,
time.
she had another boyfriend
He just
all the
be with
time.
you for,
So she couldn't come and stay with me, because the boyfriend is expecting her to be there with him. So she ganked
nighttime.
me for $60. But I learned a lesson. I it wasn't no big thing. $60 didn't make or break me, and I'm glad that that's all she got me for. but it's some men that they'd have lost thousands of dollars,
Yeah,
you
you
know.
have to experience to find the right one. So when you decided to go to the Philippines, because Asian, you have to, because if you are first time, you have to learn and get this idea. We just share it to you what my experience of my husband and what, me and him, how it going through in this point right now. So my husband just telling you the experience that he experienced about woman in the Philippines. So they have good one and they have also bad one. So before you wanna choose Filipino to marry, just choose wisely. Because not all is bad anyway. So they are out there good, but you have to study, you have to learn, not because you really committed to them. Don't give them big amount of money. Just give them a little bit, just
Yeah,
a little for help that you really committed until you have a relationship. And then if the woman really love you, really love you, they really like you to introduce to her family, her mom and dad, sister and brother, and then
yeah,
make sure you know the family name, make sure that where they are located, and make sure you have a proof that they are not scammer. Make sure that you have the ID on them. This is my only I share. I'm a Filipino, but I just help you out through the experience. I've been saying some foreigner that been in the Philippines, there's some Filipino there woman that is coming them, they go, they going they going there by nothing. So I just want you to share, I'm a Filipino, but I'm straightforward. I go to the right, and I don't tolerate the bad ones. So I just share it to you guys, that they have out there good Filipino and they have out there too bad. So you have choose wisely. If you make me experience something, so just move forward. Don't give up. But only I can give you this experience is just you have to slow down and come up with money. Make sure you know
yeah.
the good identity of the woman, where
Don't
she
send
came
big
from.
money.
Don't send money.
No.
Just help her out for the first time, and then build up the relationship and make sure that he really committed, and make sure that she is single, and make sure she not married, so you don't have any problem. Make ask something like really important stuff, because when you invest also your money, so time,
But let me ask you this: how
effort
can
to.
a man find out if the woman is married or not, or is she the good one? How can he discern between the good and the bad?
Okay, let me tell you this. The love is can discern, baby. But if you're really not satisfied with that, you can ask her going through the like, hey, can you get a sinumar? Sinumar is to show that you are married or not, like you going a PCSA, like you get your birth certificate or something, your they make sure that you are not married. So they show their sinumar is to show that you are married or not. So if the woman get that to prove that she not married, they say this to show to her man that, hey, this is my sinumar and I'm not married, and they saying that she's still single. So if the woman really love you, she tell the truth no matter what. So
Yeah.
before the relationship begin, make sure you know who she is. Don't just go to the flow. Make sure she not lying to you. Make sure she really straightforward and tell her background and past before, so you don't be sending this all this money and then this scam you and then she gone. Because I'll be honest, some woman there to do, but me, I don't do that, because I love my husband. If the really woman love you, they spend time to you, they value your money, they really concerned about you and care about you,
Yeah.
and they giving you a time every day to call, FaceTime, or just call the number to how to communicate, find ways.
Yeah, that's an
Mm-hmm.
important thing right there, fellas.
Mm-hmm.
If you meet one and you like her, consistency gonna tell you that's one of the ways you can tell if the girl is for real or not. She's
Mm-hmm.
consistent. You
Mm-hmm.
know, if she this way for this week and then next week she different, Filipinos stay on the schedule. They're
Mm-hmm.
gonna do things repetitiously. So if she flipping and flopping and jumping and things aren't the same, that's a red flag right there.
Yeah, if she got job or a little bit something, if she busy, she know how to organize her time just to communicate you across the ocean. Because me and my husband is long distance, 3 years and a half. So I have to know the time in US, and I have he need to know also what the time there in the Philippines, so he don't call me in while I'm sleeping, and I make sure that I sleep good. So I make sure that he already wake up and I catch him before he go to the work. Me and him, we talk each other before he gonna leave to the house. And then 12 noon or lunchtime, me and him, we need to call and she will see my baby, how's we doing. So we communicate morning, evening, and noontime to make sure wherever I go to the mall, I let know my husband, hey, I'm here to the mall, I'm doing grocery, hey, I'm going to my mama place. I let him know that I've been riding to the bus, and I let him know that he don't feel thinking negatively. I let him know wherever I go, he be in the phone to make sure my husband feel comfortable to me and he trusting me much. So that's the relationship, that if you are committed each other, the woman let you know wherever she go. Make her feel his man, that the man will trusting her.
Yeah, that's a good
So
point.
yeah.
And one of the things is, fellas, that's one of the ways that you can tell that the woman is real, because she's gonna put herself in a position to be show that she's responsible and she's true. She's gonna make sure that she's letting you know that she's faithful to you, because that's the way my wife was. She was, baby, if she go to anywhere, she in the phone let me know, or she'll, before she ever go, she'll say, baby, is it okay if I go here? And I'm thinking, girl, I'm 8,000 miles away. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
sure, you can go. I ain't nothing I can do if I say no, But she would always ask my permission to go places and to do things. And I like that. That's respect, you
and
know.
and then not only that's one, when my husband give me the money, I make sure I list down everything what I need. I make sure if they have some extra, I'm gonna tell it, hey baby, I want clothes, or I do shopping a little bit, it is all right. She said. So I make sure that I fulfill the money that she sent it to me, is go through the important stuff like food, paying the bills, everything, and I write it down everything. If how much the money she give, if that money go to for all the stuff that I spend it, I have the list. I make sure my husband that he don't feel bad the way she work hard. I make sure that I love him. I feel him that I didn't waste his money. I value his money. So that's my own idea. So feel because we are long distance. So I need to write it down everything to
Yeah.
make sure my husband, I handle the money in a right way.
And I never
Mm.
told her to do that. So that's a good point, baby.
Mhm.
Because if the girl really value you and the money and appreciate you, she's
Mhm.
gonna write down what she's doing with that money. You're
Mhm.
gonna know where your money going, and
Yes,
that
sir.
really helped me to be more committed to her, because she was like that. I saw where my money was going. So that's a good point, sweetheart.
Yes, baby. So I want you to feel that you really trusting me more than that, because we're really across the ocean and we are 8,000 miles away from the Philippines. So that's my idea. I just write it down, what I spent the money, where the money go, and I write it down how much the money left in my pocket, and I let him know this money is this amount left, and this money how I spent, and this is the item I buy, and this is the bill I should pay. So I make sure that I really value his money. So that's why the committed relationship is, you need to be transparent, both of you. You no
Yeah.
hiding, no lying.
Right.
So the woman it really love you, they don't have any excuses. If he have excuses, he have a good reason
Yeah, that's
to feel
right.
you good across the ocean, because love conquer all things. If you have a true love,
Yeah.
both of you, so you
Hmm.
have to be uh be transparent for everything.
Yeah.
And then we just share it this uh what's this, baby, we can share it this experience, me and my husband, to you, to encourage you, to help you, give you idea. Not only that one, but that's a real life experience that
Yeah.
me and him together, that was going on our relationship for across
Yeah, and
the
and
ocean.
and it's a life changing deal, because if you never been to the Philippines, it's gonna change your life once you go there. It's so
Mm,
amazing. I've been there 10 times already, and it's like it's still amazing to me when I go there. and the see a whole different culture of people, and it's a great feeling to be there. So um, um, I would just say, you know, if you really want to change your life, find a Filipino wife. You're gonna have to commit. That's what we're talking about now. Your commitment. It's a lot of guys, they want it, but they don't want to be committed. They don't
Mm-hmm.
want to spend that money. And listen, if you ain't got no money, don't go to the Philippines or even consider chatting with a Filipino woman. If you ain't got no money to spend, those are not the women for you. Matter of fact, any of these third world countries that you find a wife in, because I was going to go to Brazil, and beautiful women there and good women there, but anywhere you go, you're going to have to spend some money. You're going to have to provide for these women, and so don't go over there and you don't want to spend no money, because it
Yeah.
ain't happening.
Yeah, that's right. So, guys, thank you for viewing and watching to our YouTube
Yeah,
channels, and we will gonna have this more part and another vlog
yeah.
day. And thank you for viewing, and thank you so much for listening to our video, because this is part of our experience being me and my husband was married. Thank you so much for viewing, and we expecting you more and nice video again, guys. And thank you so much to
And
giving
baby,
you a
one
time.
more thing, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all see my beautiful wife? She's only been here 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
My son, shortly after I met her, I think it was my second trip to the Philippines, she got pregnant.
Yes.
So we got a 3-year-old son. He'll be 4 next month.
Yes.
And he's the handsomest little guy I ever saw. Of
Mm-hmm.
course, he looked just like me. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But
Thank
anyway,
you
my wife
so
has
much,
only been
guys.
here one year. And do we got to close now? The time is run out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, hey, listen. This is Fred Finn's TV. We enjoyed y'all, and if we can, we're gonna come back with some more blogs and some more things that might help you
Yeah, we
to
can
make this
share it to you
decision
guys.
or
This is
not
a
to
real
make it.
life happen that me and my husband experienced through our relationship too. Just keep subscribe, and when we download the video, guys, you're gonna see it. And thank you so much for spending your time and
Yeah.
listening our experiences, guys, and we really appreciate that to give the time and viewing and watching to our video. And I say you next vlog, guys, and have a great day all, yo.